Welcome to the channel everyone, I'm German Eagle, and today we're going to be doing a best class setup video on the Karma-45 submachine gun. In this gameplay I am using the Phobos Epic variant, and this can be unlocked upon reaching level 50 with the Orion mission team. With using this variant you will now have greatly reduced spread while jumping and sliding, as well as you have increased range, which is nice because we are using a submachine gun. First attachment that we'll be running on this gun is Quick Draw. Quick Draw is pretty standard for all of my class setups as we want to get the jump on our enemy and fire first. Second attachment that we'll be using is a rifled barrel. With the rifled barrel we'll be extending our stopping power range. This also stacks nicely with the bonus we get from the variant that we are using. Even though we have these two bonuses for range on our gun, you still want to keep your engagements to be pretty close to medium. Although, if we do find ourselves in a longer range engagement with an enemy with an assault rifle, having this added range will give us a fighting chance to win the gunfight. The third attachment that we'll be using in this class setup is a silencer. When using the silencer, this will ensure that we stay off of the radar every time we are firing. This is definitely very useful as we're using a submachine gun, we're rushing and getting up close and personal with the enemy. Overall, I find the iron sights on this variant very clear and easy to use. I don't feel there's any added need to put a different sight on this weapon. In fact, if you are using a standard variant of the Karma-45, it is even clearer. Now moving on to the first perk that we'll be using, which is Ghost. This class is built around rushing the enemy and staying off the radar, and with Ghost, we'll be staying off the radar every time the enemy calls an UAV, which pairs very nicely. Second perk that we'll be using is Dexterity. This perk is going to be very helpful to us as we will now be able to reload our weapon quicker. This class setup is very aggressive and built around speed, and this will just be another tool that will help us always get the jump on our opposition. Next perk that we'll be using for this setup is Hardline. With this perk we'll be gaining extra points every time we get a kill, which will help us out to get our score streaks quicker, which is always nice as we have added tools to help us win the battle. Now for the final perk that we'll be using in this setup, which is Dead Silence. With using Dead Silence, this will ensure that you can sneak up on your enemies as they will not be hearing your footsteps. Where this perk will really shine though is if you're using a headset. With using a headset, you will be able to track exactly where your enemies are coming from, and the fact that you have Dead Silence will make it that much more easy to hear because you won't hear the trampling of your own feet. The rig that we'll be using in this class setup is the Merc. The reason that I love this rig so much is because of the Man-at-Arms trait and the reactive armor. With Man-at-Arms, we won't have to ever worry about running out of ammo and don't have to run Scavenger in that valuable second perk slot. Reactive armor is also such a valuable tool to have, as when you encounter a large amount of enemies, you pop that armor and you'll be able to take a substantial amount of hits. The score streaks that we'll be using in this class setup are the UAV, the Vulture, and the Scorchers. I personally like to have some of the lower score streaks equipped with this class as we're going to be rushing and being very aggressive, so we're not necessarily going to be going on those super long gun streaks. But at the end of the day, it's important to put whatever you feel comfortable with. My name is German Eagle. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video today. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe as it'll really help the channel grow. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.